Welcome to State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato, coming to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio in beautiful Newark, New Jersey. I promise you, Chris, it'll be better after this. Christopher Yu is Acting Insurance Fraud Prosecutor, the New Jersey Office of Attorney General. Good to see you, Chris.
Great to see you again, Steve.
You've been with us so many times in our other CAUCUS programs, other CEC programs on public television. Talk to us about what insurance fraud is in the state.
So insurance fraud is multiple people trying to defraud the system and destabilize the system. All of us pay for insurance one way or another, whether it's health, whether it's auto, whether it's life. There are individuals out there who are pushing up our premiums and making it more expensive for us.
How do they do it?
So a lot of times you see whether they're individual beneficiaries who are defrauding the insurance industry through application fraud, overstating their wealth, overstating their health, or understating the risk that they have when they drive, saying they're the good driver when they're actually bad drivers. And
the role of your office is to detect it, protect citizens, and also, by the way, we're involved in a public awareness initiative with the Attorney General's office here, and to make people aware of what? Like, what do they do if they think they've been defrauded?
So I think we will fight on multiple fronts. We detect insurance fraud, we prosecute insurance fraud, and if we don't find a prosecutable case or we find that there is an actor that has a license, we can refer them to another agency for licensing action. Say there's a chiropractor who's defrauding the system. We can have his license revoked by another state agency.
The other thing that really struck me in getting ready for the show is one of the populations that seems particularly vulnerable to insurance fraud are those who are elderly.
That's absolutely right.
Talk about that. What are we talking about, and why are they so vulnerable?
So Attorney General Perino has a new program out, the Safe
Chris Perino?
Yes, the Safe Care Cam initiative.
Safe Care Cam?
Yeah, it's short for Safe Care Camera. So initially it started where multiple people, individuals of the public, were bringing us videos that they had taped of healthcare providers abusing or neglecting their elderly, either parents or loved one. He developed this program that we would lend out cameras through the Division of Consumer Affairs to, because they were very expensive, to tape healthcare providers that they think were abusing their family members. They're able to bring these tapes back into us, and if we find a viable case to prosecute, we will go forward.
Give us an example of, I don't want to say typical, abuse of someone who is elderly, but I was reading there are several examples. For example,
so specifically, my office does work with the Medicaid portion, or people who are funded by Medicaid, or facilities that are funded by Medicaid. A lot of these individuals are put in very large rooms, neglected, not really taken care of, and when they want to use the restroom or sit in a certain spot, they're kind of pushed around or jostled, and a lot of them don't really understand what's going on. So healthcare professionals often lose patience, either strike them or hit them or push them, and those are the cases that we're trying to prosecute.
So let's do this. Jackie, do we have the number for the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor? We're going to put up the website as you talk. Someone thinks that they are a victim, family member, friend, they're suspicious. They go to the website. What happens?
Right. They can file a report anonymously with us, or they can give us a call and tell us what they think the issue is. A lot of times we have an individual come in and talk to us, talk to our detectives, explain what they think is the neglect or the abuse or the fraud that's being perpetrated on the system.
Chris, you were with us on one of our CAUCUS New Jersey programs. It was a round table. And I remember asking you a question I want to put out there again right now. Who's the victim here? Is it just the person or persons who are defrauded, who are in that situation? Because you said it wasn't. You said it was everyone else.
Right. You're absolutely
what does that mean?
You're absolutely right. I feel that all of us are the victims of insurance fraud in multiple different ways. Either our premiums are higher because individuals are destabilizing the system, or you and I could be victims specifically. Say you go to your doctor and you need to get an MRI or a CAT scan or blood work, and your doctor's trying to push you to a specific vendor because he's getting paid to push you there. That vendor might be inconvenient for you, too far away from you, make you come back multiple times. It's our time, it's our money. We're all victims here.
Now, Chris, our producers do a great job of reminding me we go back and cover something. I did not make it clear how this elder abuse problem is actually an insurance fraud problem. So clarify for that.
It is. Many of the facilities that individuals go to when, as the population grows older, are covered by insurance or covered by Medicaid, ultimately. So we, as the citizens of the state, are paying into the Medicaid system.
So hold on. We're paying for a system that in certain cases you have workers who are abusing elderly patients. That's a fraud on all of us.
Right. I feel it is a fraud on all of us, and it's two ways. Whether it's we're paying someone to do their job and they're abusing patients, or we're paying for services that are not being rendered. We're paying for someone to take care of our brothers, our sisters, our uncles, our aunts.
Devil's advocate. Someone says, hey, wait a minute. I went to my auto body guy, went to a chiropractor, he or she. They worked the deal out with me. So, Chris, why are you giving me a hard time if I'm on the other end and I got a deal because I got more treatment and they charged more, or they fixed my car and it was really a certain amount, but they charged another amount and they gave it to the insurance company? I got off. I got a good deal. You say?
I say that's fraud on multiple counts. You, as the individual, are trying to defraud the system. The auto vendor or doctor is defrauding the system. And at the end of the day, all of us are paying for insurance one way or another. Either our companies are paying for us or we're paying for it individually.
So hold on, my premium is going up. Someone else's premium is going up because somebody cut a deal with someone in an auto body shop to put in a fraudulent claim. They think like I got away with whatever. The rest of us are picking up that tab.
Absolutely. You think it's just you doing it? There are multiple people out there also trying to cut the same deal with the same vendor, cut the same deal with the same doctor, and it's destabilizing the system.
As we put up the website one more time, Christopher Yu, who is acting insurance fraud prosecutor, New Jersey Office of Attorney General, one more time, what should people be looking for?
So they should be looking over their benefit statements from their doctors to make sure that the services that they received are the services that they were billed, not overbilled. They should be looking at their insurance claims. If they're in an accident and they see that there are multiple insurance claims from multiple people who say they were in the other vehicle, they should be looking at that. They should be looking for anything that's out of the ordinary.
Number one challenge you face as fraud prosecutor is?
I think getting the message out to individuals that insurance fraud is a crime and it affects everyone. And that's why people like you, shows like yours, really help us get the message out there to the public.
Well, that's what public broadcasting is partly all about. And also, there's a 30-second spot, a public awareness spot that's out there as well. And go on the website to find out more about insurance fraud. Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be right back.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by Johnson & Johnson, Wells Fargo, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, PSE&G, Bergen Community College, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, and by MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and by NJ Advance Media.